Dwayne Johnson seems to be in serious health concern preparing for his new up-and-coming role, the Smashing Machine. Or at least that's probably what he wants you to think it's because of. Everyone has seemed to be jumping into this frantic debate from his premiere for the Smashing Machine at the Venice Film Festival for his estimated 60-pound weight loss, according to the Independent article. Now, if you're to dig around and try and find Dwayne Johnson's weight during his peak wrestling days, you would struggle to find any reliable sources. Then if you were to try to dig around to find his height, you would also struggle, with a big range from his height being less than 6 foot, and then some media claiming him to be 6'5", and even if you just Google search his height, it also doesn't really give you a definitive answer either. Now, weirdly enough, the acting industry is notorious for fake natties, which I think is a contributing factor towards why the fitness influencer industry is also ridden with disingenuous gear users, because these actors are big role models to these influencers, and you don't need to be well educated to know that these physiques are just not attainable naturally, especially at these ages. Now, The Rock, similar to other actors, appears to claim natural, or at least boldly implies that he is.
I can look at 100 athletes and I can tell you 99% how many are or aren't on drugs. It's not hard to say.
By the way, does Johnson take steroids?
I don't know.
But you said you look at 99% of them and you think you could tell. Would you say he does?
But we all know that gear usage is not uncharted territory for Dwayne throughout his wrestling and acting years as well. I mean, just look at this dude at 50 years old. If you even think there is a slight chance in hell that you can look like this naturally without enhancements, just amazing bodybuilding genetics, then I'm sorry to say, but you, my friend, have room temperature IQ.
Do you think The Rock takes steroids?
I had no idea because
It's a good answer.
I have no idea. He's not as big as people, like 6'5", bro. How much you think you weigh?
At his biggest, when he was like 260?
That's achievable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, people make it seem like this guy's like 300 pounds. Like, if you're 300 pounds and ripped, I'd be like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's not super round. He's lean. No, I don't.
I feel like there was times where he was bigger.
When he was younger, but he wasn't cut though. And he's part Samoan, dude. Have you hung out with Samoans?
Yeah.
Man, I grew up in Seattle. I grew up with Samoans, Tongans. And the motherfuckers are
But
jacked.
also at his age now, to like even maintain that sort of weight is a little.
I'm going to keep it real. No, he's been an athlete his whole life. You're going to carry something.
Now, in an interview, The Rock came out to say that he had plaque buildup in his circumflex artery, which does not sound like something a normal guy with the APOE2 jackpot gene should actually have.
And so we found out you actually had what we call the jackpot gene, which is the opposite. You had like the APOE2, which is a gene that means you kind of live a long time. You know, the people who like smoke and drink and live forever.
Yeah.
You're kind of one of those. All you don't have the 2-2, which is the true jackpot.
Wait a second. So if I'm understanding
you have
this.
2-3.
Now, we all know that Hollywood is not a fan of copying any backlash whatsoever, which in essence is why these actors like Dwayne and many others have PR and media teams that highly encourage dishonesty when it comes to admitting to any drug use whatsoever, especially recreational gear. Like, Dwayne Johnson is basically almost just a guinea pig when it comes to sizing up for roles, especially with his semi-recent Black Adam role, which I think is just the freakiest, most dry, shredded look Dwayne has ever brought to Hollywood. Like, this right here just absolutely screams a heavy testosterone and trend cocktail in my eyes. Completely unbelievable to think that he would even try and claim natural with this physique. It's a joke at that point. The fact that Dwayne claims natural while bringing this physique to the table at 50 plus years old is just a big spit on the face to people who watch his movies. I don't care how rich you are, how many resources you have, nobody can look like this at 50 years old. And if you think otherwise, then honestly, you're just not educated enough. Now, a guy on Instagram who goes by the name of Diego Fit recently posted a video on Dwayne's rapid weight loss for the Smashing Machine role, and Dwayne actually responded to his Instagram post saying, "This is 100% not true." And this is honestly another strategic PR control comment to this guy's Instagram video, because you don't really know what The Rock is referring to in this comment. Is it the weight loss amount that isn't true? Is he referring to the plaque buildup buildup not being caused by steroids not being true? Is he saying 100% not true to high dosage steroids? Who knows? Honestly, it's just such a vague comment to put, and he obviously did that very strategically, because to the 50 IQ uneducated Dwayne Johnson fans at home who might follow Dwayne on Instagram, they would just see this comment and think, oh, he said this is 100% not true, he must actually not be taking steroids, right? Which again is just an absolute piss take to people who look at this physique and think, oh, this must just be a lot of steak, rice and chicken. Wrong. Now let's just talk about a bit about the plaque buildup that Dwayne came out with in his Mark Heyman podcast. This entire podcast talks about the benefits of staying on top of your blood work and health markers, and how critical it is at this age to be well versed with how your body is coping to aging, essentially. The angle that Dwayne comes at this from is he encourages people to be proactive at his age and stay vigilant to health checks, which is honestly just a hilarious blanket cover up to me with why he's staying on top of this stuff. This entire podcast is just a huge narrative diversion to why he is on top of his hormone checks. The reason for his vigorous proactive attentiveness to his health couldn't be because of copious amounts of steroids that he's pinning frequently, right? Now, The Rock has admitted, unlike many other actors, to taking something in the past when he was 18 years old. In an interview with MTV, he said, I tried it, me and my buddies tried it back in the day when I was 18 or 19, didn't know what we were doing. To me, it looks like he tried it for the next 36 years and has just decided now that maybe he should stop doing it because his blood work is saying it's really starting to affect his heart health. Now, Derek on More Plates, More Dates posted a pretty lengthy, in-depth video on Dwayne, going into good depth on his opinion to Dwayne's usage, what he thinks he's on, etc. And I do like Derek's openness to the truth of gear usage within the Hollywood industry.
The appearance is not representative of anything in recent memory of him from his 40s upwards to his recent 50s. He played a guy in his early 30s, roles that looked more just like a well-built, good genetic guy who's fit, but not a guy that's actually going out of his way to enhance to look like the big meathead.
One comment I found really funny though was some guy said Derek has significantly downsized as well, which to be honest is a bit noticeable in this video visually, just from his face anyway. It does actually look like he's lost a bit of size himself, which I found quite hilarious. Maybe I should do an analysis video on Derek, less plates, less weights, downsizing in his recent months. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video on that. But yeah, no, he did make a really good video going into depth of what he thinks Dwayne's taking, and I do like his open, honest outlook towards how fake the Hollywood industry is when it comes to gear usage. Joe Rogan also came out to say that he clearly thinks Dwayne isn't natural and he should openly come out to gear usage as well, like the Liver King did.
There's not a chance in hell he's clean. Not a chance in hell. As big as The Rock is, at 50, when you're looking at a physique, let's look at a physique of The Rock, like a full jacked Rock. Find The Rock at his most jackety jacked. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it's like, is this pro longevity? Like, of course not.
And he's so different than he was when he was 30.
Like I said before, it is a big problem within the fitness industry for disingenuous fake natties. I think it stems from people like Hollywood actors as well, who don't really take much pride into being honest about what they're using when they're clearly on something. Like, anyone with half a brain can notice that, you know, this is not attainable naturally. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to cop any of my first merch drop, go to the link in the description if you want to cop any of my first merch clothing. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.